Hey there, it's Tammy Kabell with Career Resume Consulting, and I have so much to get you caught up on. We've been incredibly busy this summer, and I know I haven't made a video in a number of months, so I got to tell you, a lot has changed with the job market in 2023 that I need to keep you up on. So I'm going to be making a lot more videos just to keep you up to date more frequently. Well, first of all, AI, artificial intelligence, hasn't completely changed the job search game for six-figure folks, but it will soon enough. I'll make a separate video about that for sure. Let's talk about the changes in the tech industry as of the recording of this video, which is August of 2023. You have probably heard that number that everybody's tossing around, that the tech sector has lost over 200,000 jobs so far this year. Well, most of those jobs have been reductions in force from within the large giants like Microsoft, Google, some Amazon, and a lot of Salesforce. I think it's important that you know that even though it seems like the tech industry, at least from the outside, is imploding, that's actually not the case, at least how I see it. There's still a lot of mid-tier companies under $2 billion in annual revenue that are growing and actually creating jobs, including the higher level jobs. So keep in mind that over the last 3 years, every industry and their brother has come out with a new vertical by adding tech to the name of it, like health tech, fintech, biotech, envirotech, and everything else that you can imagine. About 40% of our client base is involved in either a technology company or has a technology role within other industries. So I pay very close attention to what's going on in the technology vertical. And I mentioned artificial intelligence a little bit ago. And I've seen that there are 3 areas of the technology sector that are actually outpacing everything else. One is blockchain, which still kind of surprises me. Another is artificial intelligence, AI, which is the belle of the ball, and then virtual reality and augmented reality, which you may see listed as AR or VR. Those are all thriving and growing. And also, I can tell you from where I sit, I'm not seeing the tech sector overall imploding like others are saying, as you consider the context around that 200,000 jobs number. 200,000 jobs are a lot. And when I hear that number, of course, I think of the 200,000 families that are affected. And if you took it by itself, you would absolutely think that the sky's falling. But what you don't hear is the stat that I read at the beginning of this year, that the tech sector gained 265,000 jobs last year, 2022. And I haven't seen this written anywhere, but it seems that what we're seeing in large companies is a huge reduction in force, and they're not really downsizing, they're really right-sizing, given where they were prior to the pandemic. So when the world shut down in March of 2020, we really had nothing else to do except stare at our computer screens and our phones all day long. And the tech sector, for the most part, started to really ramp up in their hiring. Most of them, like the ones I mentioned earlier, added about 20 or 30% more staff when it came to supporting the huge surge in their business. So what we see this year, I think, is simply a right sizing to get back to where they were prior to that surge as their support lessens because there's just less volume of activity. So if you've been caught up in one of these rifts from the big tech companies, my recommendation is to start doing some research on the mid-tier market in technology. Pre-IPO, companies earning between 100 million and a couple of billion in annual revenue, and use LinkedIn to find the person or people that could potentially be your new boss if you were to take this opportunity to make a move up in your career. So don't be afraid to reach out to them via LinkedIn, but don't use InMail. Nobody looks at InMail and it's spammy. So send them a connection request. Just don't mention that you're looking for a job in that request, or you're never going to get an acceptance. Don't pitch to people that don't know you yet. So I'm seeing a lot of our clients move from these really big companies to these private equity-backed smaller organizations. And they're given more responsibility and a huge increase in pay versus what they had before they got laid off. And the way I see it, it's not really an implosion of the tech sector. It's just a shift from really large companies to mid-sized companies. So keep in mind, though, before you reach out to your next boss, if you're using LinkedIn as your mode of communication, which I do recommend, you're going to have a stellar, very professional, and very polished LinkedIn profile. So if you're embarrassed to show yours, just like your resume, you might give me a call. I'll put my email, my contact information below. And I thank you for your patience in waiting for my next video. I know you've been waiting a while, and I will definitely be talking to you soon, though. Thank you for watching. Bye now.